The map just turned into one giant green page. It feels like we're driving across a giant green ocean. Okay, big city behind me, big grass in front of me. Home base in the middle of almost nothing, and somehow that's everything. Smells like grass, dust, and freedom, I guess. I feel like I'm walking through the world's biggest pillow. There's nowhere for my thoughts to hide out here. So those tiny dots are actually horses having a grass buffet. They look peaceful and powerful at the same time. How do they not get bored of the same view every day?
Step 1. Convince the sticks to become fire.
The sky out here has its own long, slow story. The world gets small around a fire and huge everywhere else. No skyscrapers, just star scrapers. If I had to name this constellation, I'd call it Big Homework, but Bigger Sky. Sleeping in a house that looks like it floated into the middle of a sea. Morning on the grassland feels like someone just unmuted the whole world. If I trip, I'll just fall into a giant green mattress. This would be a perfect loading screen background. It's loud with all the quiet things here. Little color confetti stuck to the ground. Okay, big open spaces are fun until the sky decides to get dramatic.
Is that a storm? Or just the sky frowning a little?
Photo memory plus hand-drawn memory. Backups on backups. Teamwork with the wind. We move first so it doesn't move everything for us. The clouds just sent a test notification. The grassland looks like it swaps its brightness for a blanket. So this is just one tiny corner of all that green. The sky changed its mind again. The whole field got a shiny update. Of course, the grassland has its own special effects department. That little drop is holding the whole sky upside down. Tiny proof I was here, even if the wind erases it later. We're both eating the same air right now. That's kind of cool. Hi. No carrots, just curiosity. Okay, that tickles more than the internet promised. We met for like 3 seconds, but it still counts. If I stay very still, I almost disappear into the field. My shadow is finally tall enough for my feelings.
That one looks like a giant sleeping dog. And that one looks like a deadline I am ignoring.
If days were colors, this one would be saved under warm.
You really know every curve and bump out there like
It's a giant backyard. Out here, even small jobs feel important.
Grassland food tastes like it came with a side of actual effort.
My flashlight is like a tiny stolen piece of daytime.
The sky out here doesn't feel like decoration. It feels like part of the place. What's the word for happy and small and quiet all at once?
I'll just call it Grassland feeling for now.
The house sounds like it's breathing with the grass. Last look before I go back to walls and Wi-Fi. I could stand here for hours and the view would barely change, but I still would. Not special to anyone else, but it'll be my little piece of the big quiet.
Bye, Grassland neighbors. Thanks for sharing your lawn.
New backpack item, Grassland memories. Heavy but weightless. The field doesn't look sad that I'm leaving. It just keeps being itself. Back to lines and schedules after days of just space. Same train, very different me.
The big open slowly breaks into pieces again.
Grassland is a place where the horizon feels closer than your worries. I'll forget exact distances, but I don't want to forget how it felt. Photos are proof, but the real thing was bigger than the frame. And volume turned back up to maximum. Funny how a small strip of sky can still feel like the same sky from the grassland. Back in my little box with 4 walls and 1 window.
Tiny rock from a giant place. Welcome to the memory shelf.
Weird thing, the more places I see, the less trapped this one feels. Note to future me, whenever life feels too cramped, remember the field that had room for all your thoughts.
New lock screen. Instant teleport to "It's going to be okay."
Grassland says, don't freak out over tiny stuff. Not as pretty as the real sky, but my imagination can fix that. Whenever I close my eyes, that hill is just one thought away. Big world, small me. But somehow that feels okay. New day, but now my brain has Grassland installed as default wallpaper. Inside my head, I'm half in class, half on a hill of grass. Portable reminder,
There's more space outside whatever problem I am in.
Okay, City. Show me what today's version of wide open looks like.
Not quite a grassland, but the sky is doing its best.
Even here, the sky is still bigger than the traffic.
Sometimes you have to stand in a huge, empty place to realize how much is already inside you.
I left the grassland, but it didn't leave me.